You're listening to Big Dog Country, WIFO FM Jesup, 105.5 FM. It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show for this Thursday morning, 27th day of April, and it's brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates, Murphy Builder Supply, Van's Barbecue, and First Southern Bank.
Are you looking for an insurance company that you can call and talk to a live person? Are you looking for an insurance company where you can walk in and talk to an agent? Are you looking for an insurance company that offers multiple companies so they can try and get you the best rate? If you said yes to any of these, then you need to call or come by O'Quinn & Associates Insurance Financial Services. We offer multiple companies so we can find the best fit for you. Give us a call at 385-1000 or stop by our office at 212 South First Street right here in Jesup.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jesup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jesup.
When it comes to barbecue, Van's Barbecue in Jesup is the place to be. A small family-owned business located at 1876 on the Savannah Highway. Van's Barbecue has lunch and dinner specials. Stop by or call to make an order. The number to call, 427-3358. Van's Barbecue's new manager is Sarah Van. Van's Barbecue offers potato salad, coleslaw, baked beans, and don't forget their delicious mac and cheese. Also, check out their shrimp plates, the best in town. Yes, when it comes to barbecue, head to Van's Barbecue, locally owned and operated. Stop by and tell them the Big Dog sent you. Once again, the number to order, 427-3358.
Hi, I'm Raymond Brown.
And I'm Mandy Yeomans. At First Southern Bank, our customers are like family. As a locally owned community bank, we're dedicated to helping our clients succeed.
We have loans for every need, whether it's personal or business. We have lines of credit, auto loans, equipment loans, and of course, we offer mortgages. Stop by our bank or call us at 912-588-1010 and see how First Southern Bank can help you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
The world-famous Butch and Bob Show.
World-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. Bob, how's it going?
It's going well.
Going well. All right. Well, why don't you introduce our guest this morning?
Well, we got EMS Director Richard Johnson in for the last several months. This item keeps coming up on the agenda for the county commissioners, and they've had a work session I was able to attend about it as well. It's called Consider and Approve Removing the Rapid Response Position from EMS, and I thought what better person to talk about the rapid response position from EMS is the EMS Director, Richard Johnson. First of all, Richard, how long have you been EMS Director for Wayne County?
About 16 years.
16 years, okay. Rapid, like I said, people hear rapid response. I'm going to try to explain what I think rapid response position is, and you tell me if I know what I'm talking about. But the way I understand it, you have a couple ambulances. If they're out and I call 911 and they don't have an ambulance to come to my apartment to help me, this rapid response is able to come help me. Is that correct? Do I understand that?
Yeah, Bob, yeah, exactly. The person in that position would respond. Of course, it's a day position during the day.
They don't have an ambulance though, right?
They do not.
So where do they come in?
They've got an SUV, and a lot of people have that, and they can actually provide advanced life support, do anything to you that they can do in an ambulance. It's got the cardiac monitor, the drug box, the intubation equipment, whatever an ambulance can do to you other than give you a ride to the hospital. He's equipped and prepared to do that.
So that's what the rapid response is. First of all, how many ambulances do we have in Wayne County currently?
Okay, currently we've got 2 24-hour trucks, and as of about a week ago, they authorized me to go ahead and put on a day truck or another 12-hour truck, which I'm most appreciative. Wasn't a budgeted item, but I'm assuming they'll amend the budget to pay for that, and it's going to give us the ability to respond even more than we can currently.
You get that truck, but what about the health workers, the emergency people to work it?
Yeah, we had a big pool of part-time people before that was dissolved, and I'm in the process of getting those back. And we've been able to staff it probably 8 out of the last 10 days with basically zero notice.
Two 24-hour trucks, and then now you're going to have 3 during the day. Is that correct?
Yeah, that particular truck is manned 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay, and still just 2 at night. Okay,
All right. And
Correct.
that's it. And at the work session, it was stated that the state recommendation is a county should have an ambulance for every 10,000 people. So if one county has 30,000 people, the state recommendation is you have 3 full-time ambulances. Is that correct?
Well, Bob, I don't think the state actually says, but it's an industry standard throughout the United States. A rule of thumb, the state doesn't really mandate how many we have to have. As a matter of fact, they don't even mandate you have to have an ambulance at all. By Georgia law, they're not mandated.
Well, going back to the rapid response position, this person does a lot more than just respond to emergencies. He's in the office 24/7. I think Tim Hopkins made a good point at the work session. This person is there to dot the I's, cross the T's, and make sure everything works. And then some of the EMTs that were at the work session said the same thing. If it was for this person, we'd be in a mess because they do all the paperwork. Is that correct?
Absolutely, that's a critical function. And actually, his job title says Rapid Response Deputy Chief or Assistant EMS Director. We've had one I work for Bob Kicklighter as an Assistant Director, but our call volume, and we spoke about that, keeps climbing. I'll give you an example. In January of 2020, we ran 368 calls that month. This past January, we ran 489. Our call volume keeps increasing, demands keep increasing, and the baby boomers are aging out. You got a big explosion in population.
We're just getting better like fine wine.
You have a population explosion, you're going to have an explosion in healthcare when those people start getting some age on them.
Right.
And I resemble that remark. So,
Well, like I said, it keeps coming up on the agenda to remove the rapid response position, and the only thing I can gather from the conversation is they don't think the rapid response position is making enough calls. So is that how you interpret it? I mean, what's the reason why they're trying to remove the rapid response position? I haven't been able to grasp my head around it.
I think they're focused on, this is my opinion, obviously, they're focused on the title, rapid response, but you hadn't heard them say anything about deputy chief. I mean, the rapid response is a duty that the deputy chief does during the day when he's there. Absolutely. Right. He's got an extensive list of duties that position does.
Right. So, again, it's on the agenda again. You're here to, like I said, I just want you to explain what the rapid response position and how important it is. So just explain to the people listening how important this position is for Wayne County.
Yeah, as recent as Monday, there was a pretty significant accident here at Joey Williamson at 84. And Dave and I both went, prior to the ambulance getting there. They were on the way. They weren't tied up. But, there's a point in time.
Explain who David is. David, he's the person in the rapid response position, right?
What's his name? In that position. Yes.
What's his last name?
Knopf.
And how long has he been in that position?
About 6 years. 6 years.
So we've had this position. Is the position been there from day one? I mean, all the way back when Bobby Kickler was there? We had the rapid response position. I mean, when did it?
No.
When did it come about, and how long has it been?
Well, it came about when we saw that there was, more and more frequently gaps in our ability to get to patients, and in particular during COVID. I mean, it was the worst healthcare crisis in the world in 100 years. We were all strung out, and there was a lot of intervention done by that position, and we go when available, when we can respond.
What kind of effect would it have on the citizens of Wayne County if this position wasn't there, that you did not have this rapid response person to help possibly save a life when ambulances can't get there? Tell us what the effect would be on the citizens of Wayne County.
Well, I mean, that's one less resource you have available. And like I said, with certain conditions, there's a point in time one click of the clock or it's too late. It depends on the acuity of what's wrong with a person, but a lot of times, cardiac arrest, not breathing, severe hemorrhaging. I mean, there's a point in time where if nothing's done, then it's too late.
As you mentioned, the calls, the increase in calls continues. You have all this information. Can you go year to year or month to month, or just give us an idea of how the calls have increased here in Wayne County over the past several years?
Well, from 2020, I can tell you we ran 4,419 calls, and this year we're looking at 6,000 based on our average calls. It's about 17 a day so far this year.
So again, this continues to be on the work session. Do you think you were able to get through to the commissioners at the work session? I mean, they state it's definitely an issue because everybody knows there is that pending lawsuit in Wayne County concerning the EMS, that someone made a call to 911, the ambulance didn't arrive, so there's a pending lawsuit, and they're talking about this EMS and putting it as a priority because they definitely want to avoid a second lawsuit. So, that's their intentions are that I thought the work session was to get all the information. I thought a lot of information was given. So, how did you feel about the work session?
Like I said, if they just, of course they can do, whatever they choose, but if they want to change the title and just make it deputy chief and put that off of his title in one of his major duties, fine.
Yeah, talk about that.
Well,
that
somebody
seemed to be
the power
confusion.
to be here apparently are saying that. The fact that the questions that we're giving are misleading, that it's just the verbiage of it, that to try to explain it and to try to give it like you said, maybe take off a title of it and do that. So power to be here saying the fact that the verbiage needs to be changed, the title needs to be something different to make it more understanding for the citizens of Wayne County. So if I gave a misleading question here, apparently this person thought I did, I'm sorry.
Well, that was a conversation at the work session that the title was the problem. Do you think that's the problem?
Oh, well,
apparently, from what they're saying, yeah, the title.
Yeah, and that's an easy fix. That's an easy fix. If that's the holdup, someone requested his call volumes for last year. How many calls did he go to? And according to the 911 records, it was 41 calls. And I think they've been misled into thinking that's all he does. That's all he did all year, and that's.
I still don't understand what the fix would be. So you don't call it a rapid response position; you'd call it something else. Is that the fix?
The deputy chief. There's there's just the title.
Yes, sir.
They handle all the paperwork, keep everything in line, but.
And not only that, guys. We're tasked with the county fire too, all their requirements, all their inspections, all the, it's a lot to keep up with, and. We manage almost, $2.95 million of taxpayers' money to fund EMS and county fire, and one man can't do that by himself.
Apparently, there's a lot more details that are going to be going into at the next meeting here that will kind of clear some of this up.
Yeah, I hope
text
so.
Messages I'm getting in here from somebody who's involved with it.
I certainly hope that it'll, if that's what somebody's hung up on, that we can. That's an easy fix.
If you had a crystal ball, it says on the agenda again, consider improving it. They said, it states right here, removing the rapid response position. Do you think they're going to remove it, or do you think they're going to change the title, or what do you think? If you had a crystal ball, you're in contact with them more than I am.
Like I said, I think it's, you have a good feel for it as I do. The position is certainly justified, and just make that a duty. It'd be an easy fix. It just gives us additional resource when we don't have any. And this particular position, too, I've got 4 guys, count myself, that are trained tactical combat casualty care. It's we've got that in place for, God forbid, active shooter at the school. These people are trained to go in to active shooter scenarios and start treating the wounded and getting them out. Care under fire, they call it. To me, what's that worth? Having somebody with that training. I only got
Another thing that came out of that meeting, it was shocking to me. They asked what the starting salary was, and they talked about the positions that are open currently with the county, but they're not really getting anybody to apply for these positions. It's just amazing to me how little they are paid. Like I said, they don't do it for the money; they do it for the love of the job. But I was surprised at the starting salary.
Yeah, and actually there was some misinformation by one of my guys in that meeting. We currently have all of our full-time positions filled. They did allow me the new commission, I'm going to guess a month ago, to hire some EMTs. In the past, the county's been staffed fully with paramedics. So we've done that and filled in what used to be paramedic positions with EMTs, and we have them paired up with a paramedic so we can provide that advanced life support.
What's the difference between an EMT and a paramedic?
Basically, it's kind of confusing because there's 3 different levels of EMTs. A EMTB can basically drive the truck and do first aid. Administer oxygen, no IVs, no medications. An EMT advanced can give limited medications, maybe like 2, and you can do a little more. And then a paramedic can do whatever needs to be done. We do 12 lead EKGs. We do administer any kind of drug. Got a numerous variety of medications.
I'm sure most of our listeners out there, like I said, live in Wayne County. Their major concern, and the question they want to know right now: do you think we have adequate coverage as far as ambulance service in Wayne County, or do we still need to address that at this time?
It needs to be addressed still. This putting on this 12-hour truck caught me off guard. It was the morning after the last meeting I went to. I spoke with the chairman and Amanda, and they authorized me to go ahead because evidently they were under the impression that truck should have been there the whole time. But there was no money budgeted for that.
I thought that was passed at a meeting 2 years ago where you could add, and it just, nothing happened. It was put in the budget, and it just sat there, and no one ever did anything.
Well, at that time, after that misfortunate incident where we didn't have a unit to go, we had 1.5 trucks, I'll call it, a 24-hour truck and a 12. So I was instructed to make the 12-hour truck an additional 24-hour truck. And they amended the budget to pay for that difference. So I'm assuming they're going to amend the budget again to pay for this, because we're going to be about $230,000 over budget unless it's amended in salaries by putting this 12-hour truck back on.
Well, it just seems like there's just some details that need to be worked out on, some miscommunications and things that did or did not get done over the last few years with the old commission, the former county administrator, with the new commission, with the new administrator coming in and trying to work these details out here for the best health safety for the citizens of Wayne County, and trying to work these details out. So it's not like this person versus this person, or this idea versus this idea. It's everybody working together to try to do the best for the citizens of Wayne County.
Absolutely, and this is a step in the right direction. Come budget time, I'm going to ask them for another 24-hour truck. That way I'm going to say 3.5, half meeting that 12-hour truck. And that would put us more in line with the staffing that we need.
Well, like I said, the reason I got you in here is, like I said, this has been on the agenda and been discussed the last several months. Rapid response. I've had a lot of people ask what is rapid response. I said, so the best thing to do is get the expert EMT director for how many years? 16 years?
Yes, sir.
To explain what the rapid response position is, instead of me trying to explain it, because, like I said, it's kind of over my head. I just wanted to make sure we got the correct information on what the rapid response position is, what the purpose of it is, and what's taking place here currently in Wayne County, and what needs to be adjusted to improve Wayne County. Like I said, that was the message I got from the work session. All the commissioners want to make sure they address this issue so they don't have a second lawsuit. They want to try to do what's best,
and I think it's a step in the right direction.
Personally, I just don't see removing the position helps. That's just my personal
opinion.
Opinion.
Just make it a duty if that's
they have to change the title, but
yeah.
it'll be interesting to see what all takes place at the meeting on Monday night. But like I said, my sole purpose was to get you to explain what the rapid response position is, what the person does. It's more than just responding to calls. Like I said, he's in the office doing all the paperwork, dotting the I's, crossing the T's to make sure. And it just struck me, the one EMT, I don't know the person's name, but he spoke up at the meeting and talked about how important his position is as far as the daily paperwork goes. He says that's what prevents lawsuits, to make sure he crosses the I's, dots the T's, or
absolutely, that's a critical function.
Dots the I's, cross the T's, whatever. But like I said, it's a very, like I said, the reason, I just want you to explain, this person does more than just go to calls. He's in the office every day doing, and when there's a call, he has to go through all the paperwork, make sure everything is correct. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, it's critical, Bob. It's a critical function. Last year, 5,634 charts were created that has to be gone through, and that review or QA process, if you please, is to ensure the proper treatment, proper medication was used, the correct dosage. It's been documented, and it goes along with our protocols. So we operate under a physician's license, so we can't provide any kind of medications or anything. We're doing it under a doctor's license.
One other clarification for me, the rapid response, like I said, if you call, there's no name, this rapid response comes. Does he have the ability to transport you to the hospital?
No, he said that earlier.
Oh, it does.
They can administer stuff, but they can't move you. An ambulance has to be there.
They can do anything they could do to you in the back of the truck other than transport you.
I got you. So they have to wait for an ambulance to come transport you?
Yes, sir.
I got you.
Okay. And do you ever use out of county ambulances? Let's say that our two are tied up, and do y'all ever do that just in case?
Primarily the use of them now is helping us transfer patients out of Wayne Memorial to a higher level of care.
Okay, so that's just a transport. That's not
going to an event. We do call them, but Long County, they've only got one staffed ambulance. We call them for mutual aid. Well, they don't have anybody to go. And everywhere they're short-handed.
Seems like it's just everywhere like that.
Oh, it is.
So many positions that just cannot get filled these days. From emergency to fire to police, all that. Having very difficult time staffing.
Yeah, everyone I know, and I talked to and going to a meeting today with 24 EMS directors, the Region 9 EMS Council. Everybody's short-handed. I know Ware County, last I heard, had 10 open positions. Appleton County's got open, Long, Liberty. You name any county, they got open positions. There's more positions than there are paramedics.
Okay.
Well, again, I appreciate you coming in to explain what the rapid response, because I said it's been on the agenda the last several times. I had a work session to discuss it as well, but it's back on the agenda again under old business, and it says, I'm just reading the agenda, it says, consider and approve removing rapid response position from EMS, table from regular meeting April 3rd and call meeting April 18th. So, again, it's on there to, consider removing the position altogether. So,
well, I'm sure the details that have to be worked out in advance. I mean, if you're going to change something, I know the commissioners and you and everyone else wants to work things out for the best health safety for the citizens of Wayne County.
Absolutely, yes,
and so we just hope all the right decisions are made at the next meeting.
Absolutely, I look forward to working with them. I think once they have a better understanding, we clarify some of this in some more detail, that they'll see the need, the importance of that.
Okay, Richard Johnson in here, EMS director here in Wayne County, trying to give us what the rapid response person does. And now we all have been informed. Someone just said, outstanding interview. Someone just texted in. Very informative.
Like I said, I just appreciate you coming, because like I said, I've been talking about it and trying to report on it, but like I said, I've had a lot of people ask me, what is it? What does this person do? What's the importance of it? So I figured the best person to do that is the person with 16 years experience and works closely with the rapid response position. So I appreciate you coming and explaining it.
Absolutely.
Okay, Richard. Well, we wish you the best.
Well, thank you.
I hope everything's going to work out.
Okay. It will.
All right. We'll be back more of the world famous Butch and Bob show in a moment.
Here's your WIFO forecast. Mostly cloudy, showers likely. Slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms, highs low 80s. Cloudy for tonight, chance of showers and thunderstorms, low in the low 60s. Tomorrow, showers likely, chance of morning thunder. Then showers and thunderstorms likely Friday afternoon, highs low 80s. Saturday, mostly sunny, chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, highs in the mid 80s. Georgia Chief Meteorologist John Weatherby in the GNN Weather Center.
Saturday, May 6th, Wild Adventures Live presents Mercy Me.
'Cause I hear a voice and he calls me redeemed.
See Mercy Me on stage at Wild Adventures Live, presented by Valdosta TKO Nissan.
I can only imagine.
Mercy Me Live, Saturday, May 6th. The concert is free with a season pass, and reserved seats start at just $5.
Cross has made you flawless.
Get your tickets now at wildadventures.com.
105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. Once again, we'd like to thank EMS Director Richard Johnson coming in this morning and explain to us what the rapid response person does. And Bob, I feel more informed.
Yep, I said, what better person to explain it than the EMT director, or EMS director, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I said, it's been discussed the last several months. It's on the agenda again Monday, so hopefully everything will work out. But like I said, the work session, I mean, the chairman and the commissioner stated their sole purpose is to get as much information as possible and to make sure that Wayne County has the coverage that they need, because the sole purpose is to avoid, again, yet another lawsuit.
Right. If we can get 3 full-time ambulances fully staffed, then I think from what everybody said, that Wayne County would be in a good position. But we're not there yet, so we still need other help. All right. Well, we got Wayne County baseball. See you, Richard. Wayne County baseball coming your way this Saturday. What do we know about Perry High School?
Well, then they got good pitching. This kid, Cooper Edwards, a left-hander, committed, I think, to Mercer University, but he's a tall lefty, 6'4", 210 pounds. Again, the story from their first-round series with the K-Row is the two pitchers they pitched struck out 30 K-Row batters, so they've got pretty good pitching, so that's what we'll see on Saturday.
Okay. All right.
Got to hit that lefty.
Yeah. The weather forecast for this weekend is just looking kind of. We're going to have bands of showers and possible thunderstorms coming through every day from today through Sunday.
Really?
So it's just more than what time of the day it is when it may or may not hit.
That's
then of course, and that's today's Thursday. You never can tell what might happen by Saturday because you know how the fronts can get blown around out there. But right now, it's looking for bands of showers and possible thunderstorms at different day parts and night parts from today through Sunday. So there may be time periods where you might have to sit there and watch and wait and then come back out. But we'll see.
NFL draft tonight. Looking forward to that.
Yep, NFL draft.
I said Bryce Young, the consensus number 1 pick for Carolina. But the question is, what's Houston going to do at number 2? Are they going to go with a quarterback? Or are they going to go defensive player? So and once they make their decision, then it goes from there. So it's going to be fun to see how it all shakes out. Like I said, most of these NFL experts have all these quarterbacks from the SEC going pretty high in the first round. Anthony Richardson, Will Levis from Kentucky, C.J. Stroud from Ohio State. All those quarterbacks are supposed to go sometime tonight in the first round. So it'll be interesting to see who jockeys, who moves up, who moves down. It'll be fun to watch.
Yep. Going to be an interesting night. First round of the NFL draft tonight. What time does that begin, you know?
I believe 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Yeah. Okay.
Primetime TV.
Well, that's when I'm in SAC, so I'll find out in the morning. When you get up at 3:45, you have to go to bed if you're going to get 7.5 to 8 hours of sleep. And at my age, you need 7.5 to 8 hours of sleep.
That's what DVRs are for. You got a DVR?
No, I'll listen to it on the radio in the morning when we have sports on. That's when I'll find out about it. or more likely what I'll find about it when I leave my house in the morning. I'm tuned to our AM station, Fox Sports, 1370 AM, The Buzz, and they'll be talking about it, and that's where I'll get it.
I get an F in technology, but I did learn how to use a DVR. That's a nice device to have.
When I pull out from my house in the morning at 5 o'clock, I'll have it tuned to Fox Sports 1370 AM, The Buzz, and WLOP, and I'm sure they'll be talking about it, and I'll find out who went first, second, third, and fourth, and all that kind of stuff, and then, get all that information then, and then get the insight on it and the reasons why and all that kind of stuff by listening to Dan Patrick and then to Jim Rome and Rich Eisen and Chuck Oliver and all the gang on our Fox Sports 1370 AM, The Buzz. All right, anything else going on, Bob?
I'm trying to think. I enjoyed like I said, this is National Crime Victims Week. Hats off to Joy Birch Meeks, the speech she gave yesterday. Again, it was a nice event put on. Like I said, those people are in a special club that no one wants to get into, the Survivors Club, where someone in your family's a victim of a violent crime. But hats off to the DA's office for putting that on each year. But it was a very nice event.
Always a good event.
Sheriff Chuck Mosley read the proclamation from the county commission. Mayor Ralph Hickok was there. But a lot of survivors and victims were there for the ceremony. But it's just a great event. They got that memorial wall still set up in the courthouse, so if you want to go by and look at all that, it's still on display at the Wayne County Courthouse.
And those are victims, deaths of violent crimes here in Wayne County all the way back to 73?
73, right.
Wow.
They read all the names from 1973 all the way up until present day. So it was a nice ceremony, and it's something that's important for those people to be able to come. And like I said, they're members of an exclusive club that no one wants to be in.
Nobody wants to be in that club.
All right.
And it's good that the DA's office does that. It's been going on for a long time now. As the DAs have changed, it still goes on.
I tell you, Joy Birch makes just excellent. I told her it brought back memories when she, after her brother died and they had that trial and they found the person guilty. They do those victim impact statements, and she gave a victim impact statement that I still remember to this day. I mean, it was very impactful. But if you need somebody to write a speech for you, I suggest Joy Birch Meeks. She's an excellent speechwriter. She did an excellent job yesterday.
Yeah, that was a good interview. Not interview, but a good portion of the speech that she gave yesterday. You had on the radio.
She did a great job.
All right, well, Bob, you have a good day. And remember, midday Braves game today.
Yep, 12:20.
First pitch, 12:20.
Yeah, Braves are rolling. First place, 3 games ahead of the Mets and 5 ahead of the Miami Marlins and the Philadelphia Phillies. So they're fun to watch.
Bringing out the Bruins today for the Marlins there at Truist Park in Atlanta. So go Braves.
Yep.
All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO is brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates, Murphy Builder Supply, Van's Barbecue, and by First Southern Bank.